Hello there everybody, and welcome to Manor Lords for the 400th video on this game you've seen this month. That's right, I am a little late to the party. It came out a few weeks ago. It is very, very good. Other channels got access early, I did not, so we're checking it out now. Mostly for the first time. I've seen some content on Manor Lords, but not much, to be completely honest. Now, this game, if you managed to somehow, keep it off your radar, it was the most wishlisted game in Steam's history, which tells you a lot about how good the marketing was. It's a solo developer. There's not a tremendous amount in the game right now, so we'll get through a lot of it in maybe 2 or 3 hours, but honestly, it's very good. It is a medieval-themed city-building game, kind of free-form, place stuff wherever you want it, use your environment for resources, a bit like Banished. Which it becomes an RTS later on. And again, there's limited mechanics at the moment in that regard, but, for the most part, I think it's pretty good. If you look out that window over there, you'll get the core premise. You'll see the setting at the very least. We're in Eastern Europe somewhere, I presume. And it honestly, you know what, let's just get straight into it. So we're going to pick our character portrait, and honestly, I don't think I could do it any better. Our name shall be Sir Thick. I see this is saved from my previous attempt at putting this together. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a cool banner now. I'm thinking something like this. Ooh, hold on, look at that. Wait a minute. What if we go primary color black? Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. And then we got to pick an emblem for our clan. The beehive is a charcoal kiln. I'm not actually sure. It could be an apiary. Either way, very close. The beer barrel is tempting, don't get me wrong. I need something a bit more dome-shaped. Perhaps the papal crown. Perhaps the actual bell. Perhaps the literal dome. But no, I think, I'm notorious for turtling in the strategy games I played on this channel, so maybe the snail is most appropriate. Yeah, that works. Snail, Sir Thick of the Snail, the fiefdom begins. Now we got to pick our scenario. So there's kind of like the play around without enemies version, there's the sort of default playthrough, and then there's the on the edge where you're being like constantly attacked, which I find really interesting. There's no AI opponent, so we're not playing off against another faction, but you are playing off against a lot of raiders. I think, given that this might be the first time some of you are seeing the game, I am going to go with the default scenario. Although I am very tempted. I am very tempted to go with on the edge and just be raided. You know what? You've probably seen other streamers do the restoring the peace. Let's go on edge. I've never played this one before. We're probably gonna die, but you know what? That's just how dogs do sometimes. All right, there we go. We're in the world. And before we do anything else, I'm gonna hit spacebar to pause. Let's check our new message. Where others see trouble, you see potential. These lands shall become rich and prosperous under your skillful management. You're damn right they will. Reach the large town settlement to achieve victory. If we scroll all the way in, you can see it's amazing how close you can get to the characters in this game. That's how you know the developers got faith in their work. We've got some supplies piled up over here. We got some rocks, some firewood, some bread. We've got an oxen. Unfortunately, it does appear... Yes, we are sans jiggle physics. Red Dead Redemption could do it. Manor Lords, why can't you? We've got a homeless people's tents. 3 tents for 5 families. Someone's cuddling when they shouldn't be. And we should have a pile of logs over here. Now, these are your primary building material in the game. It's timber. You can find it under the construction sort of drop-down over there. Is there a way to show... Yeah, it's surplus goods or total goods, but you can't really show, like, individual stuff like you can in RimWorld, which I would love to see. In the top left, we've got our various other statistics, sort of like meta resources, approval, unassigned families, regional wealth. It's kind of like your trade value. In the top right is our character portrait. We can also go in person, and we can walk around our manor. I appear to have been abandoned in the woods. There's the squad. It also shows us our sort of personal wealth, which we can use to hire mercenaries and build our castle and things like that. But yes, there we go. We can interact with our people. We can run around. I would love to see a bit more functionality here. I'd love to be able to fight from this perspective. But you'll see as soon as we hit escape, our character despawns from the world. So he's not actually in the world. He's kind of just a way for you to enjoy your town. Now, let's go ahead and get started. So I think we've got a pretty good start location right here. We've got decent fertility. We've got plenty of food nearby. We've got lots of resources we can mine. Yeah, I think... Looking at our region, no clay, a decent amount of iron, not the best I've seen, but not terrible. some food and a decent amount of stone too. So yeah, but this being a rich mine means that we can eventually make it an infinite resource. We can build a deep mine. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get started. First things first, let's run a connection from the main road into our town. I don't know why it did a little wonky funky there, but we're going to build a logging camp right here at the start. So the value of the logging camp is that it allows us to get more logs, and logs are the primary building material, like I said. There we go, our timber. Okay, people are going to go over there and start clearing the construction site, and then the oxen will drag that beam over there to be built into the structure. And you know what? Roads are free, so why not do them right? Let's go forward like this. I think we'll skirt the giant pile of rocks over there and connect back up with the main road. Just like so. Looks like there's an old riverbed here. That would explain the fertility. Certainly doesn't hurt for us to just link up with these supplies as well. There we go. A new message has arrived. We received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Should we track their steps? I think we should. I want to know when if somebody's coming to visit. Absolutely. Okay, so right now the whole village is working on this lumber yard, and I'm prioritizing it because we kind of need this thing built before we can do anything else. Because we kind of need it to make the resources that we use to build everything else. One thing we can do is we can put down a granary as well, just to move our food out of the rain. That would be a very good idea. And I think a great place, you know what, this will become the center of town one day. That can be where the granary goes for now. And I love this feature. You'll see as people sort of like construct the thing, it slowly gets built up piece by piece. Like all the little pieces get placed down. There's so many build states, I guess, in the model. It's just unbelievably impressive. Like, watch this. How cool is that? Oh, I love that. Okay, now we've got our first production building. We've got to assign a family to it. So now an entire group of people, so that's quite a few. We got Lawrence and Albrecht here, are both going to move into, well, not move into, but they will dedicate their lives to chopping down trees. And for them, I wish them the best of luck. I'm going to draw a little road out there because I want to get a forester built as well. They're going to go out and harvest those berries for us once they're ready. And let's get that granary put together as well. Toot sweet. Perfect. And I'm going to assign someone to the granary just so that they move the resources indoors, because if it rains while they're exposed, they will get destroyed. It's a bit of a pain. Alright, and then the other thing we're going to want is a storehouse, which is just, as you might have guessed, somewhere to store all our stuff. And why don't we put that right next to the granary? Put that over there. Okay, we don't need anyone working there anymore. And instead, we can probably let them work here at the forager's hut. Oh, look at that. This is like the perfect place to start, man. We got a river running right through the middle. I think we'll slap down the communal well. Where's it going to go? It could go right there on the corner. That looks lovely. And then why don't we set up a market around it? So now we see the first sort of like free-form design part of the game. I think we'll build a big old market right there in the middle of town. And the colonists, the settlers, will come and set up market stalls within these boundaries whenever they want to. Oh, we need more timber before we can build anything, so let's actually go ahead and increase the number of people working at the lumber mill. I want a whole bunch of them. And the ox will be dragging the timber between each construction site. I absolutely love that feature. And there goes our well. Lovely. Okay, we got water. Okay, the storehouse is up too. I'm going to assign a family there so we can move our supplies indoors. And look at that, we've even managed to clear out all of the supplies we started with. I'd like to move this hitching post somewhere a little, maybe, you know what, right over this, fine. I'll just change the way this road moves. Not loving that path. I do wish the game wasn't quite as aggressive as it seems to be with the with destroying your roads. I think it gets a little bit too enthusiastic with it sometimes. Alright, then we've got to put down our first houses, and I think we'll put them down right in here. We do have a bunch of farming fertility that I would like to explore, though. So we got a bit of wheat fertility over here. some flax, barley, rye. Okay, so we got. This would be a pretty good place to actually have a farm. So what I want to do is I want to tell this lumber camp to actually clear these trees first. So advanced work area. I think we hold control and scroll. So I want you to clear out these trees first, please. Thank you. And we should see people start pivoting over that way soon. Look at this guy. He's loading up the rocks.
Oh, this is heavier than it looks.
12 out of 10 haircut, by the way, bud. The soup bowl, it's coming back. We're bringing it back, baby. Alright, now we got a minor homelessness problem. Call me Los Angeles, the way this is all falling apart. Apparently we have some tools in here. I guess they don't have like a model built just yet. Oh, where are you going to take the rocks? You going to just dump them on the floor? Yep, we're just going to despawn right over there. Lovely. So Christina's going to go grab those tools. I'm going to just see if anything actually gets put in the cart. Let's have a look. I guess maybe the model's not in the game just yet. Oh, no. I saw a hammer moving. Okay, so maybe they're just clipped through the ground. Yep, they appear to have been just clipped through the ground. Okay, cool. So, before the winter arrives, we're going to want a couple more important pieces. We're going to want some wood cutting ability so we can produce firewood. And I think that this is a very good space. You know what? If we're chopping down trees over here, let's let the woodcutter work over here too. I'm going to slap them right at the edge of this little space, and then we're going to put down some houses. So these are called burgage plots. They're basically like little areas your people are allowed to, like they get permission, I suppose, from their lord to construct their little homesteads in these spaces. So I'd love to have a couple of burgage plots. That gives us 3 with workshops. It's pretty cool. The closer they are to the market, the faster they will upgrade. That's kind of how the upgrade system in this game works. Is you got to provide goods to your people. You know what? Let's add a little side alleyway over yonder. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Can I get a connection? Thank you. I want to do something like this. Link it up over there. Very nice. And then we'll build some burgage plots over here to start. And, yeah, I want to get ones like this, which don't have workshops, but which do have additional housing space. So, like, they're wider plots, so they get more housing for people. Okay, here comes the woodcutter's camp. Lovely. Going up nice and quickly there. Excellent. And I think with one unassigned family, I think I'm going to pull someone off this and put them on this. We also don't need anyone working the storehouse at the moment. I think we can just leave that be. Got a firewood stall and a food stall. And now they should start work on the burgage plots. And there's our first one. Alright, cool. So because we have built a house, people have moved in with this family. So Elbrit, the son, has moved in with their parents, which is really cool. All the children in this game are just adults immediately. They aren't really like kids yet, which is kind of funny in a certain way. So this family over here, which is currently running the woodcutter's lodge, is going to maintain that firewood stall, and the wife will bring stuff over to the market and sell it to other people, which will generate income for the family, not for the region, just for them. And it will also then provide firewood to the town at large. It's a really cool system. I love the way the dev has gone about it. I think it's so unique. Okay, we do need road access for burgage plots, and I don't want to encroach on my hunting grounds too much. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to push right up against this. How many timber pieces did I have there? I didn't see. We need 2 more. We need 2 more houses before we can really continue. I can fit 1 in here. Sure. Put 1 in there, and then we can fit 3 more. Sure. Let's do another 3. Just like I'd like for these guys to have workshops, to be honest. So maybe we don't build them that way. Maybe instead we build them over here. Yeah, I think we'll do something like this for now. Now, as you can see, in order to upgrade to level 2, we need to fulfill certain values for this house. We need to give it a church, we need to give them some firewood, we need to have 2 types of food, and we need to have some clothing. Now, the easiest way to get clothing early on is to just hunt some animals and then tan their hides into leather. The houses will make their own clothing. They just need the raw materials. So let's build a hunter's camp. I think right over here will be perfect. And get people assigned to it. Okay, we got one family still unhoused, and there we go. The burgage plot is about to go up. Alright, lovely. So now if we look at our supplies, we've now got 2 kinds of food. They are currently eating, I believe, we've got meat, berries, and bread. So 3 kinds of food, actually. We need clothing, and we need a church. Now, clothing is pretty easy to handle. The church is a little bit more complicated. In order to make the church, we're going to need... Oh, where is it? There we go. We'll need 10 stone, which I believe we have. We do. And we will need 20 planks. So let's get on the planks first. That's going to require a saw pit. We'll have to take a family and dedicate them to working at it. Do you know what? The saw pit can fit... say, once that homeless camp removes, maybe that'll be a good place for it. POV, you are the Los Angeles municipality. But I think, you know what? Right over here works pretty well, too. Let's just put a saw pit in the little industrial zone we've got cooking up over here. Hey, and we've increased our settlement level. Lovely. Now we have received a whole bunch of weapons because we have our king has looked favorably on our production. We now have 20 spears and 20 large shields, which means I can go ahead and create a militia unit. So I can click on the spears, and of the 36 possible men we could have in that, we can currently provide 10 men. That's all we've got at the moment, with 10 spears and 10 shields. We have 10 spears and shields remaining in surplus, so the next 10 dudes who pitch up will be able to join the militia, which is really cool. They will transport those supplies to their houses. In order to produce more, we've got to get these guys up to tier 2 settlements as quickly as possible. Okay, lovely. We are clearing out this space, which means that soon we'll be able to put down our fields. I'm probably going to leave a little bit of room here for the town, and then the rest of this will just be fields. This is the King's Road, yes? I can't remove that. Yes, that's the King's Road. So what we should do is connect up to the King's Road, and we can build our trading stations here. Because I'm going to want a trading hub as soon as possible. We don't, maybe not as soon as possible. Maybe we focus on getting that sawmill up and running first. I think maybe, yeah, no, that's the right call. So with low approval, there's currently no population growth, but that will improve slowly as the seasons tick on. People need a little bit of time to work out what they want from you. Okay, so we now know that we have a really good iron deposit. So we're going to want to spec our town, we're going to want to specialize into one department. Deep mining is definitely one of them, and I think more efficient fuel production is kind of a must-have. Being able to produce firewood is something, but being able to produce charcoal is way more efficient because you get 2 fuel for every 1 tree instead of, you know, it's way better. I think 1 tree gives you 5 firewood, and we can turn those 5 firewood into 10 charcoal. And since we'll have to use the charcoal to fuel the houses and the smithies, you can kind of see why there's value there. Okay, cool. So we've got a little bit of surplus housing. No one's going to be moving in just yet till that goes over 50%. But as you can see, market food variety is something people enjoy. That extra family is going to come over here and work on the saw pit now, I hope. Yes, there we go. We have 8 months worth of firewood, which means that I can probably take someone off the woodcutter's lodge. Excellent. And we'll just send him down Main Street like that. Okay, cool. The saw pit is ready to rock, and we'll move that family onto the saw pit instead. The sooner we can get that church, the sooner we can go up to tier 2. We are also going to need a tanner. I forgot. Let's grab... Yes, the tannery. Excellent. 4 leather. It's big stinky. As far as I remember, they used like dog poop, right? To do tanning back in the day. But I don't see any dogs, so I guess we're safe. Let's lock this guy in right over yonder. I'm going to delete 2 trees if I do that, which I'd rather not do. What if we... Yeah, we can just latch him on here. That seems fine. A little bit expensive, timber-wise, but we need the clothing. 5 logs. Come on, show me 20. I don't know why the oxen's insisting on going out to the fields to pick up the wood when there's a big old pile of timber right there, but you know what? He's living his own life, and we gotta respect that. Okay, lovely. The tannery has all of its supplies. Man, it is a little tough, huh, to build something like that. 4 timber is a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I'm going to move a family into there. We have produced 5 planks because the oxen was preoccupied with the construction. So now he should continue hauling stuff to the sawmill. Yes, there we go. Lovely. I love that you can see the resources stacked up. Like, there's our 10 planks. I think it's 10 sets of 3 or 4 by the look of it, but there's our 10 planks. And there we go. We are now tanning the leathers into hides. These people have opened up a market stall, which would be a clothing stall. Excellent. Which means that these households now have access to clothing. Amazing. So all we need now is the church, and we can hit level 2 burgage plots.
Bring this here, move that there, on and on.
And we've got it. Fantastic. So let's go ahead into the residential block. We're going to grab the church. And where do we want our church? I don't want to encroach on the wildlife too much over there. And I do want to have some design for this town. We want to be able to defend at least the core of it at some point. All of this industry will be moved later, like the lumber camp and stuff will be moved away. We'll probably end up building in this space, if I had to guess. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to build the church a little bit out of the ways for the moment. I'm thinking, you know, episode 5 right now, if the series continues. By the way, if you want to see more Manor Lords on this channel, please leave a like, drop a comment down below, and let us know that you want to see more of it. Magic and I will only ever make the content that you guys actually want to see. We like to try new things, but at the same time, you know, we want to know what you're into. If you're sick of Manor Lords, if you don't want to see any more, then that's completely fine. But I think this game's still got some legs, you know, it's still got some room to grow. And yeah, I'm enjoying it for sure. Okay, and we're just gonna ring the town like that. Perfect. We can move everything here except the church, pretty much. So like all of these structures can be moved. We can move the burgage plots. We can move a lot of, like, we can get the resources back and just rebuild them, right? Like there's no loss to it. You get everything back. So everything you see right now is, you know, as temporary as permanent gets. What I'm actually gonna do now is pull the family off the sawmill so they can go and grab that. I want everybody else working hard on producing. We have enough fuel for the winter, I'm not worried about that, but I want people working hard on producing food. I want a huge food surplus for when we start getting people moving in. Oh, and look at that, we have had our next family move in. I completely missed it. Fantastic. And another one! Hey! Okay, cool. So we can now maintain some additional stuff. That's awesome. I think what I'm going to do is assign someone to the granary. I want all my food moved to a central location right next to the marketplace. And then we definitely want someone back on the woodcutter's lodge. Well, let's build the church first, and then we'll worry about all that. Because I think when you upgrade the burgage plots, I think you get... No, they just start making money for you. That's right. We can add space for more families in these plots, though. That's why I built them that way. It's a little bit easier. Cram more people, higher density living. Okay, something I really do want is an additional ox, because yeah, this is a bit of a pain. The one ox is really slowing us down here, but we need to make money first. So I think we need to connect up to the King's Road and then go from there. So let's get a trading post built, and we're going to start working on our first trades. I think this actually has to be built directly on the King's Road to function, so we'll put that over there. And you know what? While you're at it, give me the livestock trader too. Why not? Hey, we built the church. Fantastic. So now we can move that unassigned family back on here, just so that the firewood stall functions. And then we should see that these houses can upgrade. We can get burgage plot level 2. There we go. And I think we should upgrade the workshop ones first, because they allow us to produce some of the things we need, like shields and spears. Lovely, and we've got our little trading hub built and ready to go. Now, we are currently stuck by the fact that we don't have, people are very happy with me, by the way, but we don't have enough space for people to move into. Well, we're going to run out very soon. So before we spend any more time developing the shape of the town, we should definitely just develop, like, the actual living space here. And you know what? Oh, this looks good. 2 mega plots, we can get extra families and workshops. That looks like a really good buy from my side. Okay, so let's set up our first trade route. Now, we know we have access to lots and lots of iron. So the first thing we could sell could just be iron. Like we could spec all the way down. We could sell tools too. It's a few more, you know, resource production chains down, but $6 per tool is pretty good. We could also sell spears or just buy them. I think I'm a bit on the fence on this one. You know what? Call me crazy. Maybe we just sell iron ore. It's worth 3. It doesn't cost anything for us to... Like, we have so much of it. Like, I mean... Maybe just for the start, we just sell the iron ore. It costs 18 bucks to establish the trade route. Let's do let's do export. We don't want to buy anything. I'd like to keep at least 50... Let's keep at least 40 in stock, and then we'll sell the rest. Iron slabs only sell for 4, and there's a whole bunch more work to make them. Honestly, iron ore just seems like a pretty good sell to me. Okay, so let's let the people work on their burgage plots, and then once they've done that... Oh, this one's going up to level 2. Look at that. Very nice. Once they've worked on their burgage plots, then we can worry about the actual mining. Because right now, that's not going to do anything. We need someone assigned to it to manage it, and I don't have the capacity. I need at least 1 person free to do my construction. Ideally 3. A bandit camp was sighted. Uh-oh. Okay, our first enemies. They are fairly close. Now, if I want mercenaries, I need to get money. See, I need to use treasury, which is this stat over here on the top right. We can use it for diplomacy and mercenary hires and stuff. And in order to build that, I need to have a manor. And I don't have enough timber or stone. We need people to move in already, please. There's so much space. We got extra 2 houses. Come on, bring them in. So let's get our trade underway before we do anything else, and that's going to require us to place down a mining camp right over there. We can eventually upgrade this into a, well, like a deep mine, I suppose, like a shaft mine, but that's a little bit further down the road from us than right now. You know what? I don't actually love the way that looks. Let's do something like this, and then it can branch off that way. Perfect. Lovely, we got ourselves a mining pit. Okay, excellent. So, now, all we need to do, we'll zoom down a little bit too far there, whoopsie. Now, all we need to do is get people actually digging in here. And as you can see, it's 50 gold and 10 planks in order to go ahead and get towards the deep mine. Now that we've definitely got that built, I'm going to get the first charcoal refining point, and then the next point we get will be there. As you can see, we just need 1 more level 2 burgage plot. And I think, you know what, let's go ahead and get our level 2 burgage plot. So what do level 2 plots require? Well, we need to make a tavern, which is a whole production chain we'll have to get into in the future. We'll need a church at stone church level, and we'll need some more clothing. Like, so different variety, like actual clothes, not just the raw materials to make them at home. Like a tailor or yeah, there's many different ways you can do it. So now what we could do is we could specialize these people into making shoes, for example, but then what will happen is that this whole family will stop working elsewhere and will only work on making shoes in their plot. So while it is really cool to be able to use this stuff, getting on it too early, I find, can actually be a bit of a hindrance to you. That being said, producing more weapons seems like a very good idea. So we got an extra family. You know what? Let's go ahead. We could make shields. That would be good. They're good. They're good. They're great trade value. Use planks to do it. But I think we go for the blacksmith workshop. And we pray that we can make enough spears and axes and swords right away, early on, that we can actually have a militia going. Another good one would be an archery group, actually, as well. Something to think about there. Ah, damn it, bandit stole 10 firewood from me. Cheeky goobers. But there we go, there's our smithy. Absolutely gorge. Look at that. I mean, those of you who made it this far in the video might be interested to know I was actually an apprentice blacksmith once when I was much younger, about 19. I'm now 30. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I ever officially finished it, but I did do it for a couple years. I smithed 2 full suits of plate armor. 7 in total if you count the parts that I didn't smith and just made with machine tools. But it was an absolutely incredible pastime. And I would certainly wish it upon my greatest friends and my worst enemies, because it is hell, it is hot all the time, but it is also really, really fun. Alright, but I think that that's going to have to kind of do it for today. So let's go ahead and assign what we want to make here. Do I want swordsman or spearman? Oh man, sidearms seem great, but I think I probably want some spears being made here. Now, in order to produce this, I'm going to need iron slabs and planks. We don't make iron slabs just yet. In order to make iron slabs, we gotta dig stuff up from the mine, and then in the industry tab, we need to refine it. There we go, in a bloomery. So that can probably get placed probably put that right next to this guy. And you know what would go well here too? Is another storeroom. There we go. And we could specialize this one to only accept, like, you know, tools and the like. You don't have to build the roads, by the way. They just kind of, like, help your people out because they link them up to the handcart network, as it were. Okay, with 30 bucks left, though, I have a pretty clear plan of how we're finishing off today. We're going to move the hitching post over... Where's the central distribution area? I mean, probably... You want the hitching post close to where you're going to be doing a lot of movement. So I think we'll probably keep it maybe right over here. Like, this area is fairly industrial. I think it's going to stay that way for a while. So let's move our hitching post. Yeah, we'll convert it into a stable. Let's move it over here. And let's set that to maximum priority and get people moving over there. There we go. He's going to drag the log all the way down. Lovely. And then in that space, we can then upgrade it to a stable. I need 2 planks. Okay. Okay, but with winter approaching, we are unfortunately going to have to leave it there. I was hoping to get this upgraded to a stable today, but that's not going to happen. We need some saw pits. If you guys have enjoyed watching Manor Lords, please let me know if you'd like to see any more. This has been a ton of fun making, but I unfortunately need to head off. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much to the channel members and patrons for keeping this content coming. And if you would like to get early access to these episodes before they go live, we'll probably put out a couple a week if you enjoy it, then please consider becoming a channel member today. Unfortunately, that benefit is not available to the patrons. That's only for big events, like sort of like major movie things that we put together, just because of the way Patreon and YouTube interface, in that they don't. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. You're incredible people, and we're lucky to have you. See you in the next one. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?